You've seen it happen. Bitcoin splits, Ethereum splits. Suddenly there's classic versions of everything. Why do these blockchains keep forking? Is it failure or freedom? Let's find out. Welcome to Zukkun Knows. 1. What's a fork? A fork just means a split in the path. Imagine two roads that used to be one until people disagree on which way to go. In crypto, a fork happens when developers or communities disagree on the rules. They can't compromise, so they copy the blockchain's code and go their separate way. Same history, new future. That's a fork. 2. Why blockchains fork? Blockchains aren't run by one person, they're run by communities. But what happens when that community doesn't agree? Sometimes it's about fees, sometimes it's about block size. Bitcoin Cash, for example, forked off Bitcoin because people wanted faster, cheaper transactions. They argued Bitcoin had become too slow and too expensive. Sometimes it's about fixing a bug or stopping a hacker. In each case, when people can't agree on how to move forward, they split. And both sides keep going, just on different roads. 3. Soft versus hard. There are two main types of forks. A soft fork is a rule tightening. It's backward compatible, so old nodes still recognize new blocks. A hard fork, though, is a rule-breaking change. Old and new nodes stop agreeing. This creates a permanent split in the chain. It's like a peaceful divorce. Now there are two versions of truth. The DAO hack. In 2016, Ethereum faced a massive crisis. A smart contract called the DAO got hacked. Millions of dollars were drained. The community had two options: do nothing and let the hacker keep the money, or roll back the chain to before the hack happened. But rolling back means rewriting history. Some called it justice, others called it betrayal. 5. Ethereum Classic is born. The DAO hack wasn't just a technical glitch. It exposed a core tension in Ethereum's values. The DAO smart contract had a recursive call vulnerability. This meant an attacker could keep withdrawing funds repeatedly. The contract never got a chance to update the balance before the next withdrawal. Roughly $60 million worth of ETH was taken. To many, this was a disaster that needed to be undone. Those who wanted to reverse the hack created a hard fork. They moved Ethereum to a new path, but not everyone followed. The original chain kept going and became Ethereum Classic. Now there were two Ethereums, same origin, different future, and both still exist today. 6. What actually changes? Technically, a fork changes the software rules. It could change how blocks are validated, or how fees are paid, or even how coins are issued. But the bigger change is social. Which chain do people trust? Which name do exchanges list? Which chain gets the users, developers, and money? That's what really matters. 7. Bitcoin has forks. To Ethereum isn't alone. Bitcoin also has forks. Bitcoin Cash, for example, was created by a group that wanted faster and cheaper transactions through larger block sizes. Bitcoin SV split from Bitcoin Cash, promoting a vision of original Bitcoin in extremely large blocks for scalability. Bitcoin Gold tried to decentralize mining by switching to a GPU-friendly algorithm. These forks made changes like bigger block sizes or different mining rules. But here's the catch. The original Bitcoin still holds the BTC name. And that name? It carries the value. 8. Name is power. In crypto, names are everything. People trust Bitcoin and Ethereum because of their track record. If you fork but can't keep the name, you lose that trust. That's why forks often struggle, even if they're technically better. The market values history and branding more than code. 9. Forks aren't failures. Some people think forks are bad, but forks are how open systems evolve. They let communities experiment without permission. Some forks die, some thrive. For example, Binance Smart Chain forked Ethereum. It aimed to create a faster, cheaper chain. It was tailored for high-throughput applications. It's not decentralized in the same way, but it brought new users into crypto. All of these forks test ideas in the wild. That's not chaos, it's progress. 10. Should you be worried? If you hold crypto and a fork happens, here's what usually happens. A snapshot of your wallet is taken at the moment of the fork. On the new chain, you might receive coins matching your old balance, but it's not automatic and not guaranteed. If your crypto is on an exchange, you might get nothing. And some forks never even launch properly. So do your homework and don't assume anything. If this helped you finally understand what a fork really means, please subscribe to Zukkun Knows for more clear answers to confusing crypto questions.